Hello, so this is part two of my no hashtag love reading. So if you're just joining me, it's probably best to go to part one because I'm just in the present situation, and you'll be able to see if it resonates with you or not, and see where we go from there. So I'm just having a shuffle. So we're going to be doing 6 months from now to see where things are. Just to remind you, if you would like to book me for a private reading, like I say, there are PayPal links on there if you want to go for a recorded one. 10-minute tarot at £10 or half an hour at £25, sent via YouTube link. Face-to-face, voice note, video chat or phone, please go via my verified Instagram account or urbanwarlockhealing.com and send me a message. So this deck's a little bit thick, as you can probably see. I don't know why they're doing this thick anymore. So right, let's have a look, see what we've got coming up 6 months down the line. So we're going to be looking at, depending on when you're watching this, this is being recorded mid-October, so looking around about mid-April. Okay, let's have a look. Interesting. Right, okay, so let's go for this then. So in part one, like I say, it was very much like somebody single, potentially waiting for a new love interest to come in, or somebody who's just had a love interest come in and it's very early stages. So 6 months down the line, we've got the Ace of Pentacles. So Pentacles relates to the element of Earth, can be money and finance, can be non-financial wealth. We're going non-financial wealth for this. So, and it's another ace. We had one in part one. Aces mean bringing something new in. So just to give you an example, I always use a work example. Apologies if you've heard this one before, but I do get a little bit stuck with my examples. So you come to me, you go, Richard, I want to completely change my career, but I've no idea what I want to do. Ace would be researching interesting sectors, 2 would be applying and interviewing, 3 would be starting. So it's about going, right, what direction am I, or potentially at this point are we, investing in the long term? Okay, and I say potentially we because we've then got the 3 of Pentacles. Okay, so this is the collaboration card. Okay, this is very much a case of, well, in the story of the card, you've got three people. Okay, so we'll call them the landowner, the builder, and the architect. They're all working together to build this beautiful cathedral. They've all got different skill sets, but they're all got the same long-term goal in mind. So this feels to me a little bit like you might have met somebody by now, or you might be starting to actually take things a little bit further. So you've got the long term, you're all striving for the same thing, but it's like, right, how do we go? Let's make a plan to invest in this for the long term. So it might be a case of you've had that conversation of, yeah, we want to get married, we want to have kids, Well, let's start putting a bit of a plan together about how we're going to get there. That's kind of what it's feeling like. This one kind of might throw things out a little bit, I'm not going to lie to you. So we've got the 8 of Cups in the upright position. So Cups relates to water, we're generally talking about something on an emotional level. So you've got the figure there, point it out, it's red in the normal deck, walking away. They're leaving these cups behind them. They're leaving something on an emotional level that no longer serves them, okay. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's in relation to this, because this feels all very positive and new. It feels a bit like leaving behind some past hurts, leaving behind some kind of past relationship. So just to give you an example, okay, this is a personal example, it's nothing too heavy, don't worry. I've been in relationships before where, because I've been a bit of a, in the past I've always kind of like rushed things, and I've had situations in the past where I've got into a relationship and I might not have been 100% over the last person, or might be still carrying some kind of resentment or animosity, something along those lines. So it could be something along those lines. It's like, right, things are pushing forward, so it's like, right, let's bin this, let's bin what's left, because I don't want it to interfere with this new direction I'm going in. So let's continue. It's back again. Okay. So we then got the 4 of Swords again. So it's almost like things are going in a good direction. It feels a little bit like these two are relatable, if I'm honest with you. It's almost like there's just a couple of little bit that we need to drop emotionally. So we're just going to take a bit of time out to do that. Okay, that's then going to free things up and put us in the energy of the Fool. Okay, so the Fool is the very first card in the tarot deck. The Fool isn't a fool. The Fool is called a fool because he's got his little bag. He's going off. He's got a little bumpy dog with him, and he's just going wandering. It's all about living in the moment. Okay, it's all about seeing how things go, what comes to us, not having I know we're talking about kind of making a long-term plan here, an investment plan, but I suppose it's like, sorry, it's going to sound a little bit wishy-washy, a little bit contradictory. So it's like, I feel this is saying that the querent will have found their person by this point. They've got a lot, they want to start making long-term plans, but they're not going to put too much pressure on it. That's probably the best way I can say it. It's like, well, let's have a plan, but if things go a little bit off course as we're going along, we're not going to put too much pressure on it. I'm not really going to go for the leap of faith example with this one, if I'm quite honest with you. Overall outcome. Okay, so overall outcome, we've got the Six of Swords back again. Oh no, we didn't have this one. Did we have this one? I can't remember. Six of Swords in the reverse position. Swords, where we think, where's we? This one keeps coming up in my readings recently. So you've got the two figures there in the gondola. Okay, 1, 2. Now they're cloaked and they've got their heads down because they're moving on. They're moving on to it in a new direction. They know they need to move on, but there can sometimes be a little bit of sadness attached to it. So if that was in reverse, I'd expect to see that one upright, because that one will be about resisting, leaving something behind emotionally, so a little bit of sadness as we move on. Because we've decided we're moving on from something in an emotional sense, we flip that round, we're moving on mentally now, and we're not worrying about if we've upset anybody or if there's any kind of upset involved, because we're focusing on ourselves in this new relationship, because it's going really well. You know what I mean? It's like I said, it's early days, don't get me wrong, because we've got an ace and a 3 there. It is early days, and the Fool as well, but we're freeing ourselves from anything from the past. Obstacles or blockages. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, so we're talking about feminine energy here, so it can be a man or a woman. Now, in the upright position, the Queen of Pentacles, she's very Mother Earthy. You'll see that she's kind of caressing the pentacle there, holding it a bit like a baby. She's kind, she's caring, she's motherly, she's devoted, she's all those lovely, kind, warm things. Now, when it's in the reverse position, she's a bit more cold, she's a bit more reserved. She's thinking about herself a little bit more. Okay. Now, if this isn't the main spread, I'd probably be saying if this was yourselves, there's nothing wrong with that. You focus on yourself. You're just kind of pulling your energies away a little bit from other people who might be leaning on you. But this is talking about an obstacle or blockage. I suppose this is telling me, it feels very much like it's in regard to this person that you might be walking away from. Don't be too cold, don't be too hard on them. I tell you where this feels like it's going. Okay, I'm just going to go with it. It feels very much like in the present you found somebody, okay, and or you're about to find somebody, and it's going to be a good match. This feels like there could still be somebody kind of lurking from the past. And you might need to kind of completely cut ties. It's just saying, for me, it'd be saying if and when that happens, don't be too harsh on this person, because it's not like they've necessarily done anything wrong. Yeah, that's where I'm going to go. I'm starting to run out of time, so I'm just going to carry on. So removing any blockages, Ace of Swords, so it's another ace, bringing in something new. So there's going to be bringing in a new way of thinking, a new way of speaking and stuff like that. These cards feel quite light. And when I say that, it feels like, although we're moving away from something, it doesn't feel too heavy. It doesn't feel like moving on from like trauma or real bad situation. Like I say, it feels a little bit more like cutting cords with somebody, if I'm honest with you. But that's where I'm going to go for now. So, going to go to part 3. Year down the line. Get my words out.